Shigui, Gujimer Tasha from Multikumai. Hello, thank you so much for joining me. Hope you're all doing well. God bless each and every one of you. So my video settings have went mad again. Let me change that. I thought I had them saved. Sometimes if you don't save them, that's the problem. Right, okay. So every time I go live, I have to configure the video settings. So just give me a second here to make myself look half presentable. I seem to be frozen now in my end. Hopefully I'm alright. There we go, back again now. Let me turn the brightness down a wee bit, the contrast down a little bit as well, the hue down. Everything's always maximized for some strange reason. Look a bit, tiny bit better now. Let's see, brightness up a little bit. There's that a bit better, is it? Should we go for that? Apply and okay. Alright, okay, there we go, everybody. Center myself a bit better. Keep my earpiece in. Okay, we're ready to go. Sorry about that. I had changed it, but sometimes if you don't save the settings, it doesn't work correctly. So wow, good stuff. So well done to everybody who went to the Sligo protest yesterday. Fantastic. Well over 500 people, close to 1,000 people were on the streets of Sligo protesting this massive iPass centre. So it's great to speak to so many patriots. So many great speeches. Met a lot of good people, so it was fantastic to see. Hopefully now we can keep pushing forward now, keep the pressure on, and get this iPass centre stopped. So let me know in the live chat where you're all from. Thanks for joining me. Any questions you have, please let me know. We're going to say our Lord's Prayer as Gaeilge, so please join us. In Anyam Nahar, agus Vic, agus Spirit Neve, Amen. Ar Nahar atar now, go ní for Daniam, go dagda the rate. Gon yantar do halra an talamh mar yantar now. Ar nar na hul tor do new, agus might do ar fecta. Mar a waihamage ar vectin a féin, ac na lection a gahu, ac seer shin oak, amen. Nanya menahar agus a vec, agus spirit neve, amen. Okay, everybody, welcome to tonight's show. Thank you so much for joining me. Any news for you tonight? How's it going? Did you see the footage from County Sligo yesterday? I have more footage to release. I've released some of the interviews. But a lot of the protest footage I've recorded in 4K, and for some reason my laptop just doesn't like it. It's too high quality footage. I don't think my laptop's good enough to edit it, and even my computer, there's something wrong. I can't open up my editing software, so we'll have to figure out a way to get that video edited. I have lots of brilliant footage from the protest yesterday in Sligo. So any questions you have, please let me know in the live chat. We've got lots to cover tonight. We've actually got John Wilson, Garda Whistleblower, coming on the show too. Maybe we'll play a few clips and we'll bring John on then, alright? So I suppose let's get into tonight's action. Let me bring up a video here, just get straight into it, right? Because I could play my live stream, but a fella online sent me his kind of mix of what's happening, so I'll play his stuff. A guy called RB Photojournalist. I don't know who he is, but I probably spoke to him yesterday. I'll just play some of his footage, right? Let me see now. Let's bring this over here, right? And let's play his clip. Maximize that, and then press this button. That should work. Let me see now. Alright, we're flying now. We're flying. Okay. Let's play his footage, right? See how that sounds. Okay, everybody, we're about to walk past Sligo Abbey here, the ancient, I think it's a Franciscan friary. And this is what we're fighting for here. Our heritage, our culture, and hundreds, if not 1,000 men have come to the streets of Sligo to oppose mass immigration. Just pan over to your right there now. Our street! Our street! And a few radicals then, the far left's trash. I was trying to move people on because I didn't want to fight or a riot happening. So now see me, like I was trying to stop a fight happening. You know what I mean? You see there, like Leah Doherty, trash. What if she's got a sign, right? Only good Nazi is a dead Nazi. Is that not incitement to violence? You know what I mean? Is that Declan Bree there, the councillor? So yeah, there you go. There's a good shot here across the bridge, across the Garavogue River. Great shot. And then we went and did our speeches then. I saw Declan Bree, the far left idiot councillor, was saying we were run out of Sligo. What absolute nonsense. There was 1,000 of us there. We marched past you, Reg, and you just did nothing. And we set up and we had our protests. Sure, we had our speeches. Not a problem at all. No one ran us out of a town. Complete nonsense.
Alright, everybody.
And that good man gave a good speech as well. So well done to the people of Sligo for getting out there, opposing mass immigration, opposing this massive iPass centre. So any questions to the live chat, please let me know. What else have we got in store for you here? We'll play another wee clip here from the protest. What else have we got here? It was I give a speech, but I'll not play all of it. I'll play like a wee tiny bit of it. So, you know, how do I rewind? Have we what you call a short? Right, let's play the short here. Hopefully this works alright. Honestly, YouTube's a bit different, but anyway, you'll get the message.
We call upon our saints, St. Patrick, St. Bridget, St. Columkill, to guide us and shield us from this enemy invasion of our land. By the faith of Columkill, by the bravery of O'Connor, by the might of Beru, by the defiance of Red Hugh, by the sacrifice of Emmet, by the vision of Wolftone, by the unyielding spirit of Pierce, we will not yield! We are the eternal Irish, the children of a holy and warrior race, baptized in the fire of the Holy Ghost, united under the cross of Christ. For our land, for our children, for our faith, we will fight, and we will prevail. Erin go Bragh!
Ireland is under siege from mass immigration.
There we go. Good stuff, everybody. Well done again to the people of Sligo for getting out there and protesting mass immigration. So, I suppose the next thing we should do is give wee John a call, or I don't think he's too small, he's quite tall actually. John Wilson a call. So I'm going to give him a call on this here now. Just give me a second here now. I've told him when to call him, so I'm sure he's not too far away. Because John Wilson was at the protest yesterday, and Mike could not find a connected microphone. What? That's strange. There we go. It's working now. Hello, John. You were live. Thank you so much for joining me.
Good evening, Niall. And can I just say that if there had been recording devices around at the time of Daniel O'Connell, I think you sounded very like Daniel O'Connell would have sounded.
I don't know about that, John, but I suppose thanks very much. You give a good speech yourself, although your voice was badly gone then.
Well, I'd say that was a blessing for the people present, that my voice was rather restricted.
Aye. No, you give a good speech anyway. I'm going to edit it now tonight, and hopefully I'll get it up after the show. But I suppose, what's your thoughts on the protest, John, and anything that comes to mind?
First of all, I think we should thank Declan for organising the protest and the rest of his of his colleagues. I mean, the longest journey begins with a single step, and he deserves great credit for organising the protest yesterday, as do his colleagues. Um, yes, it was the first such protest in Sligo, and I was very impressed with the quality of the attendees. Unlike many of the counter protesters, I'm sure you're familiar with the adage, never mistake education for intelligence, and that was fully on display yesterday in Sligo. Many of these individuals have obviously never attended basic biology education classes because they don't know if they're Arthur or Martha, many of them. But anyhow, I was impressed. And in relation to Councillor Bree, I just have a clear message for Councillor Bree and the other people who attended that protest. Wanting the Irish race to thrive and survive is not racism. It's not racism.
Yeah, well, on social media last night, someone sent it to me that he's claiming that we were run out of town, apparently in Sligo, which is a complete nonsense because we marched past the far left and we gave our speeches and we left on our own accord. That we had a really great day.
We will never yield, Niall. We will never yield. And if I can just refer back to the great people in Coolock, the Garda Síochána battered, bruised and bullied them, but they would not yield, and we will never yield. Nobody will run us out of any part of our own country. Every Irish man and every Irish woman is a local in every part of Ireland.
Yeah,
it's that simple.
Yeah, and I always hear them using this tactic, oh, the people down in Sligo there, they weren't locals at all. But the ironic thing about it, like, are the people going to be housed in that massive iPass centre? Are they from Sligo town? Are they homeless people from Sligo? Or are they Somalians or Nigerians or Pakistanis? I'm more of a local man than they are.
These people in Sligo, these people who are protesting outside the post office, they've obviously forgotten about the two local men that were brutally murdered by Yusuf Palani back in April 2022. These two men were brutally murdered. They were decapitated by this third world savage. And there was another gentleman who was blinded in one eye. I actually met that gentleman. I met that gentleman in Sligo yesterday, and God bless him, he is still suffering the effects of that brutal attack, and he will be until the day he dies, unfortunately.
Was he at the protest? Was he at it?
A decent human being. He wasn't at the protest, Niall, but I met him in Sligo yesterday.
Oh, okay.
I had a brief word with him.
Right, okay.
A decent human being.
How's he doing anyway? How's he keeping after that terrible attack?
I'd say listen, I'm not going into too much detail about our interaction, but let's put it this way: the poor man, he is still suffering, as far as I can tell.
I can imagine.
It's very obvious to me that he's still suffering.
Yeah.
God bless him.
Yeah, God bless him is right. And I suppose, any other thoughts? I suppose an interesting comment was made by Rob DeSalle, one of the speakers at the protest right at the end. He said that he had heard from the Garda that the Roma Gypsy families from Ballymena, whose relations were involved in that brutal rape of that poor Irish girl up there, were moved down to Sligo town. Have you heard anything, or have you any insight in that?
I heard that from a source I have in Northern Ireland as well, Niall. I mean, listen, I can't confirm that that's the case, but it wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah, a source that you would trust, I suppose, up in the north?
100%. And can I also say that Sinn Féin should be very concerned about what's happening, because I met several people at the protest yesterday that used to be staunch Sinn Féin supporters, and they have walked away from Sinn Féin, and they described Sinn Féin as traitors, because they are traitors. And Sinn Féin really, much of the Sinn Féin vote is now transient, and that should be a great concern to them. And if they had any decency, they would change their name to the Irish Woke Globalist Party, because that's all they are now. They're a woke globalist mess. And to call for Sinn Féin to continue to call themselves Republicans, it's a grave insult to the many thousands of decent Republicans that have served this great country so well over the centuries.
Yeah, well, and I know for a fact there was Sinn Féin members there at that counter protest at the post office in Sligo town, because I've seen them. I know who they are. I've interacted with them before. So you had Shinners there counter protesting us. Irish nationalists who are concerned about the Irish becoming a minority in their own country. Like this massive IPAS centre that could house probably 1,000 men, and they're calling us, calling me grannies and grandfathers and young children racist Nazis. It was absolute disgusting behaviour by them.
Well, one of these well-known so-called activists, I'm not going to mention her name. She called me a Nazi and a fascist yesterday. I doubt if she can spell either Nazi or fascist. But anyhow, I'd like to know who's paying these activists, because our protest was organic. Many of those who attended the so-called counter-protest, I would say that they were paid to attend, because they're all activists. I don't know how they're making their money. I mean, it's obvious that they're being ferried around to the various anti-national. No, they're being ferried around to protest against us at the various patriots protests that have been held around the region and around the country. Listen, these people just cannot grasp the reality that we are at war for the survival of the noble Irish race. We are going to be, as I said yesterday, Niall, it's not a case of if Irish people become minority in Ireland. It's when we become a minority in Ireland. It's that serious. And I also mentioned about the fact that the Crusaders beat back the Islamic hordes during the Middle Ages. Unfortunately, we don't have Crusaders anymore. And we have willing fools all throughout government. We have weak politicians all throughout Europe that are just willing just to stand by and let our continent and let our countries be invaded by an ideology that will never be conducive to Western civilization. End of story.
Yeah, 100%. Like you say, it's not a matter of fact if, and it's just when. You could argue 10 years, you could argue 20 years, but it's at least 10, like say 10 to 20 years, I would say easily, when you combine all the factors together. When you come back, mass immigration, illegal immigration, student visas, family reunification, abortion, falling birth rates, emigration. No, I would say 10 years. And then
also, the United Nations resettlement program is going under the radar, and they're bringing in people here by the hundreds and by the thousands into Ireland here. They've brought in several thousand over the last 5 years or so, and that program is going under the radar. Nobody is talking about it. The problem is here, Niall, it's not a case of we don't hate anybody. The work permit system here, everyone who receives a work permit to work in Ireland is given a pathway to Irish citizenship. That is utterly crazy. Legal immigration is swamping us. Legal immigration and illegal immigration are destroying Ireland. People are welcome to come here on work permits, but they should never, ever, ever receive Irish citizenship. My GP is from Saudi Arabia. I trust him with my life, but he shouldn't get Irish citizenship. It's that simple.
Yeah,
if we want to save our country, and we have a limited amount of time to save our country, we're going to have to stop. We're going to have to force our government to stop handing out citizenship like snuff at a wig.
Snuff at a wig, guys. It's a good saying. But I think there's 2,000 Indians coming into Ireland every single month. There's a massive culture clash there as well. Like, there was an Indian there caught in my home county, Donegal, a couple of days ago trying to meet an underage girl, and he just openly admitted, yeah, we wanted to go skinny dipping and I wanted to have a relationship with this girl. So, and he more than likely came here legally, got his work visa, and like you say, probably was able to apply for citizenship after a while. And even if they do overstay their visa, they can just get blanket amnesty as well. So, the
Minister for Justice, Jim O'Callaghan, confirmed a couple of days ago that they have no idea how many people that have been ordered to self-deport from Ireland have in fact left the country. The Minister for Justice has no idea how many of these people have left the country. We are a sick joke of a country. We are the weak link in the European chain. That's very, very obvious. We are sleepwalking towards the destruction of the Irish race. Now, getting back to the Indian in Donegal, there was another case a couple of weeks ago where the barrister for a criminal from the Middle East or Asia, whatever, some other third world shithole, he asked the judge to be lenient on his client because his client comes from a different culture. I mean, all cultures are not the same. Releasing these savages into Ireland is akin to releasing a child into a sweet shop.
I would use a different
I mean,
analogy.
there was a lady. There was one lady yesterday. I think one of the best speeches yesterday was a lady who outlined her fear for herself and for her daughter. She
Yeah,
cannot let her
brilliant.
daughter go into Sligo town without being chaperoned. That is shocking. That is shocking.
It's completely unacceptable.
And by the way, 1,800, almost 2,000 Indians got Irish citizenship in a ceremony in Killarney about 3 weeks ago or so. I think it's 1,888 Indians out of a total of 7,500 people that were given Irish citizenship. You see, our government are deliberately muddying the waters between work permits and the illegal immigrants that are invading our country. They talk, we need workers and all this crap about diversity and inclusion, utter bullshit. I mean, when somebody uses the word diversity, you know that they're a tosser automatically. You know that they're a tosser. You don't have to do any more research on their character. But anyhow, I don't know. We have the weakest politicians in this country that we've ever had in history. I mean, I'd say Simon Harris and Micheál Martin are the two weakest Taoiseach we've ever had in this country. I rate Leo Varadkar higher than either of those two Jinnits, to be totally honest with you. And that's saying something.
That is saying something.
And that's an insult to decent Jinnits as well. I apologise to any Jinnits that might be listening.
Right, okay. Look, John, I suppose, any final words there now about going forward? Any more comments about Sligo? Any more things that pop into your head? What are we going to do now going forward?
Well, I think, protests have a place. People power works. I mean, a couple of weeks ago, we met in Roscommon. And the proposed plantation centre in Roscommon is not going ahead. And that's down to the protest that was held. That's directly as a result of the protest that was held in Roscommon a couple of weeks ago. And Danica Dolan and the rest of the organisers deserve great credit for that. And people power does work. People power does work. The one thing, and I mean, I have to say this, that the atmosphere, the response to our protest yesterday in Sligo, there's no point beating around the bush, but there was hostility from a lot of people. Kind of as we walked along the streets, it was totally different to the protest we held in Roscommon a couple of weeks ago, where many people along the route were clapping us and people were beeping car horns and van horns. There was a degree of hostility in Sligo towards us, and there's no point ignoring that fact. But these people, they call themselves Irish. I mean, listen, they're not Irish people. We are literally fighting for the survival of the Irish race, and these fools are willing to stand by and watch Irish people become a minority in our own country, in our own land. This is Ireland, our Ireland, and we will fight like hell to save it.
Good man, John. You make a good point there about Roscommon now. Like, they got great support in their town, and the iPass Centre, for one reason or another, has been withdrawn or cancelled. So well done to the people of Roscommon. John, we'll speak to you soon, right? Thanks again for coming on, and it was good speaking to you yesterday as well.
God bless you.
God bless you, John. Bye-bye. Okay, everybody, that was John Wilson there, Garda whistleblower. It was great to speak to him there now. Thanks so much for giving us your time. And just as he was mentioning there, the people of Roscommon, for those of you who don't know, we held a good protest in there about 2 or 3 weeks ago, I think. 2 weeks ago. And the iPass application has been withdrawn or been rejected. One or two has been cancelled anyway. They've got a victory in Roscommon just to show people that protest does work. Because I see a lot of people saying, protest don't work, doesn't matter. But when you have a highly organised protest with good optics, and once you have the protest and then you get the whole town on board, then things can change. So that's why optics are really, really important. And we were We went down to Sligo yesterday, our members, and we brought hundreds of flags, banners, signs, placards, we did the live stream, pre-recorded interviews. For any of you who are watching, or if you want to re-watch the live stream, it's on my YouTube channel there, on Twitter as well. You can re-watch the live stream from Sligo, and you'll see all the work that we were doing, helping people get flags, trying to organise people, and trying to make things look as professional as possible. And also, I suppose what I'm trying to say is, look, we want to keep doing this. We want to keep handing out flags to all these protests. We're helping as many as we can. We were in Roscommon there. We were in Sligo there yesterday. This is us handing out flags in RD, County Louth. We hand out hundreds of flags at every single protest. We hand out them signs. We give out the banners. We do live streams, pre-recorded interviews. If you want to support our work, if you want to chip into our flag fund, each flag costs us €3. So, a simple €10 donation will put 3 flags into the hands of Irish nationalists. A very generous €100 donation will put 35 flags into the hands of Irish nationalists. So scroll down below this video, click the flag fund now, support our work, help us continue to attend all these protests. We are happy to do it, but we just want to cover the cost. We do get flags back, but as you can imagine, every protest, there's so many people there, and people are coming and going. You do lose a lot of flags, and you lose signs as well. But we just want them replaced. So if you want to chip into our flag fund, you can do so, or you can also join as a member. My name is Niall McConnell. For those of you who don't know, I'm the leader of Shield na HÉireann, Ireland's fastest growing Christian nationalist movement in the whole island of Ireland. And you can join our movement now from anywhere in the world by scrolling down below the video in the description. This is the membership box you will get, and this is the membership badge you will get. As I said, you can join from anywhere in the world. This is the Who We Are booklet you also get. So everything you see here comes in the membership box. This freedom proclamation, this Irish tricolour flag will also come with a membership pack, and this membership card as well. So all these things come in the membership package, membership box. So if you want to support our work, help us continue the good fight for Ireland, scroll down below the video, click the link in the description, and join as a member now. So let me go to the live chat to see what everybody is saying. Great to see so many people in the live chat. If you're new to the show, please subscribe. Share these videos with all your friends and family. Let me see here too. If I keep forgetting to say this, right? But I suppose I should do this now. As good as time as any. You can subscribe to our backup YouTube channel there. In the description, we post all our videos and post older videos too, of videos probably that you haven't seen. Like our YouTube channel's 13.5 years old. So if you want to support our work and if you want to keep up to date and see older videos, subscribe to our backup YouTube channel. Link is in the description as well. So go over there and subscribe now as well, right? Okay, everybody, we have a number of stories here to cover. I'm going to turn that fan on because it's very, very warm. So let me go to the live chat to see what everyone's saying. Get the mic, says Scott, absolutely. You're doing a great job, says Paco. Thanks very much. Yeah, sorry. See, are we getting the booklet and stuff in the States? Absolutely. The same package. So it's the same box, the same membership pack, but like, for example, in the United States, it costs quite a lot more to post it. So it's €10 more for the international members, but the only difference is you're just paying a little bit extra just to pay for the postage, because it's a lot more. It's like, can you imagine posting something to Ireland? For me, it's X amount, but then posting the same thing to America just costs a lot more, so that you're just covering the postage, if that's right. Do you think we will in the end? Absolutely. Our ancestors have went through terrible times, and we will continue to do so. Okay, entered wrong address for post. Well, contact me through the website, right? If you've entered the wrong address, right, for your delivery address, don't worry. I'll change it, but you have to contact me. So let me just show you here now, right? I'll show you. Go to the website. Any of them links below, right, takes you to the website, and then just to show you here now, right? So there's the website, and just click that contact button there, right? Click contact, and then just click their chat box will come up there, right? You'll be able to send me a message. Okay. Okay, everybody. Well, let's cover some stories now, right? Great speech, Niall. Absolutely. Thanks very much. I thought I gave a good speech as well. Yeah, no, you will. International members get the same membership pack. It's just the only thing is, the only difference is the postage. It's just extra, as you can imagine. It's just extra postage to post to America. Okay. Okay, let's cover some news articles here, right? Let me just get this ready to go. Okay. It's not always pleasant when people are moved involuntarily from their homes or required to sell their land. The Irish government has introduced a compulsory purchase order bill designed to make it easier for the state to seize private property. These people locked us down. They flooded our countries with strangers, attempted to force hate speech laws on us, and now they are coming for our homes. Every man and woman in Ireland should vigorously oppose this government overreach. Let's have a listen in here.
Bill for introduction, compulsory purchase order bill 2025 first stage. I call on Deputy James Geoghegan to move for leave to introduce the bill. Deputy, 5 minutes.
I move.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ken Corla. Today I bring the compulsory purchase order bill 2025 before the House. This piece of legislation will overhaul a fundamental part of our land and planning system, the compulsory acquisition of property. CPOs are integral to the economic development of the country. If the state cannot acquire land in a transparent, timely and cost-effective way, we will not build the infrastructure we need. Without this infrastructure, our economic development will come to a halt. A well-functioning CPO system is also essential if we are to meaningfully tackle the housing crisis and end dereliction. These are problems that affect us here in Dublin, but also people in towns and villages right across the country. It should also be put on the record here that the compulsory acquisition of land is a sensitive issue. It's not always pleasant when people are moved involuntarily from their homes or are required to sell their land. Although we need a streamlined and cost-effective CPO system, these landowners are entitled to clarity, transparency and fairness. I believe this bill provides that and strikes the balance needed to make CPOs work.
There you go. The Irish government now have went full-blown communist. They want to introduce legislation where they can take your land, they can take your home. You know, the Irish people are going to stand up. Excuse me. This is a complete government overreach. Like the people in America, if they saw this kind of legislation being introduced, they would go mad. That's why they have the Second Amendment in Ireland. Sorry, in America. We don't have that in Ireland. No, we don't. But you know, this is just every week we're covering things like this, radical hate speech laws. Now this compulsory purchase order. Where does this end? That's why it's important to share these videos with all your friends and family. Let's get the message out there. Share it in your Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, share it on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. Let's get the message out there, everybody. Share it with all your friends and family. What do you think in the live chat? Any questions, please let me know. It's one big club says zero, absolutely. And we're not invited. Sorry, I'm very tired. Hey. That Sligo protest took it out of me yesterday. Okay, let's move on here now. Another clip. To say that Ireland is a Catholic country is exclusion. A Pakistani-born Muslim cleric is complaining about Irish people saying Ireland is a Catholic country. Let's have a listen in here.
Sinead writes, "We are a Catholic country. Respect that." Interesting. Let's unpack this comment. Well, undoubtedly, Ireland has a strong Catholic heritage, and we respect that. But to say that Ireland is a Catholic country, as if others that are not Catholic do not belong in Ireland, is exclusion. And finally, Sinead, respect is not about excluding others. Respect is about including everybody that calls Ireland home, whether they are Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, Muslim, atheist, whatever. Respect is about including everybody.
You know, the complete audacity and the cheek for a Muslim to come into Ireland who's a guest here, you know, to tell the indigenous people of this land that you're not a Catholic country. When our ancestors died for their Catholic faith during penal times, like, where does he get the sense of entitlement to lecture the indigenous Irish people about whether our country is or is not a Catholic country? The vast majority of people still identify as Catholic. It's absolutely disgusting. You know, and I think this guy is just a plant. He's a subversive. He's there to antagonize people. He's antagonized the Irish people. It's just absolutely disgusting. And this boy needs to be exposed for what he is. He's just an antagonizer. So share these videos with all your friends and family. Let's get the message out there. Share it on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Let's get the message out there, everybody. Expose this plant for what he is. What do you think in the live chat? Please let me know. Yeah, people seem to be agreeing with me that he is an agitator. Yeah, we had Catholic nuns, absolutely. Turn on the fan again. It's really hot here in this studio. Okay, what else have we got in store here now? Let's bring you a video from County Limerick. This is Limerick, Ireland. This is what population replacement looks like.
My name is Niall McConnell.
Oh God, sorry, I pressed the wrong button there. Let me try that again, right? Let me try this again. I have all these buttons here, and sometimes you press the wrong one. Which one am I trying to press? This one here, right? Okay. Limerick, Ireland. This is what population replacement looks like. No, this is not Africa. This is Limerick, Ireland. We are being replaced in our own country. The displacement of the Irish people. United Nations population replacement. You know, when are the Irish people going to wake up? I would say 30% of the population already is non-Irish. When you combine that with mass immigration into the country and mass emigration, the Irish forced to leave the country because there's nothing here for them, and the murder of unborn Irish children through abortion, the radical LGBT agenda, stopping children, brainwashing children. You know, when you combine all these things, you know, that's what I'm talking about when I'm saying the Irish people are being replaced in their own country. It's just demographic collapse and low birth rate. You know, we really need to have a serious conversation here about what future do we want to go down in Ireland. Like, within the next 10 years, if you just look at the numbers, dude, like numbers crunching there. 150,000 migrants coming in every single year. They've got family reunification, meaning their family members can all come to Ireland. The youngsters who are childbearing age, the Irish, are leaving the country. We're killing over 11,000 babies, Irish babies, every single year. Radical LGBT introduction to schools is brainwashing children, warping their brains. You know, talk about burning the candle at both ends. That's why we need to share these videos with all your friends and family. Let's get the message out there to try and raise awareness about what's happening and just try and get through to the Irish people so we can say enough is enough. What do you all think? In the live chat, please let me know. Any questions, any comments? Let's play another clip here. Right. Here's the Muslim cleric again. Now he's suggesting Irish people don't know our national anthem. If any of our family or friends are still on the fence about immigration, just show them video of this lad. Let's play this clip, alright?
The Irish national anthem be taught in school? Seriously. Should the Irish national anthem be taught to children in Irish schools? This is shocking. You know, I, as someone who moved here 23 years ago and who is the chairperson of the Irish Muslim Peace and Integration Council, you know what I did? I taught Irish Muslim children the Irish national anthem. And you know what? They sang it in Eden Croke Park in 2021. This is way before these patriots, so-called pseudo-nationalists, started chanting slogans of Ireland for the Irish. This is way before. And you know, some of these lads, they don't even know the difference between the Ivory Coast's flag and the Irish flag. This is how much they know about Ireland. Like, ask them, can they sing the Irish national anthem? You know, Muslim children? Irish Muslim children. This is how they sang it.
Yeah, I've seen enough. Can you imagine again lecturing the Irish people, mocking us? This is complete and utter subversive, antagonising the indigenous people of Ireland. And he made reference there to Croke Park. Do not forget that the GAA opened up the sacred grounds of Croke Park, where Irish men and women were killed by British forces, and allowed these Muslims to pray on the sacred soil of Croke Park. That was allowed to happen. They allowed you to do that. And then you've got Sinn Féin screaming and bawling about the GPO being turned into commercial buildings, but not a word to Sinn Féin. Well, in fact, actually, Mary Lou McDonald joined them in Croke Park. The complete hypocrisy, the betrayal of Sinn Féin to the Irish people, and to the men who've gone before us, the men of 1916, the men who died in Croke Park. It's just absurd, and it's really angry. Like, it makes me angry listening to that man there, kind of mock the Irish people and lecture the Irish people and belittle the Irish people. It's absolutely disgusting. Share these videos with all your friends and family. Let's get the message out there. It costs absolutely nothing to share. Share it in Facebook groups, WhatsApp groups, Facebook, YouTube, X, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. Let's get the message out there, everybody, right? Any questions to live chat, please let me know. You sacrificed a lamb before Croke Park, barbaric halal slaughter. Yeah, it doesn't surprise me. Yeah. So I was saying already, well done to the people of Sligo for getting out there. Well over 500 people attended the protest. Great to see. For those of you who don't know, we were attending a massive protest in County Sligo there yesterday. So it was great to see so many patriots out there. And I was saying already, we handed out hundreds of flags, banners, placards, signs. We want to continue to do so. So if you want to support our work, if you want to continue supporting our protests, our flag funds, scroll down below the video, chip into our flag fund now. No, you've seen yesterday, if you're watching the live stream, us handing out flags, handing out posters, handing out placards. We need your support. Every flag costs us €3. If we can just cover the cost, we will be happy. So you can chip in from anywhere in the world, no matter where you're from. Link is in the description, or click the link in the bio and support our work now. And also, you can join as a member of Shield na HÉireann, Ireland's fastest growing Christian national party. I'm the leader, Niall McConnell. That's the membership box. You get the membership badge, the Who We Are booklet, and the frame proclamation. All these things you see, you will get as a member. And the membership packs are all the same. You can join. You can join from anywhere in the world. So chip in now to our flag fund and join as a member now. Support our work. We want to keep doing this. We want to keep helping all these protests. John Malloy says, I've been asked all day, is Sligo going to do this again soon? I have no idea. It wasn't me who organised the protest. I just promoted it and helped the boys out. Whatever knowledge I have, I just passed it on. It was their protest. They organised it. They led it. It was all them. Okay, great. Okay, so everybody, that's it for me tonight. Please subscribe, share these videos with your friends and family, chip into a flag fund if you want, or join as a member. All links are you can get all the links by scrolling down below the video and clicking the links in the description. So I'm going to leave there, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. God bless you all. Aaron go bra.